I've seen plenty of sites that should never be bought that have been bought, not just by people who might end up in our program and arrive with a site that isn't a good site, but just just generally out there, and for lots of reasons. But it'll be around the numbers for sure. It's like everything. If you don't know, what do you know? So they leave costs out. What I find there's a lot of like costs in property development that people don't know them all, and they leave them out. Well, that's going to make it look better than it is. Or like you said, they get a bit emotional maybe about the sale price. Well, that'll make it look better than it is.
Well, they really want it. They really want to do a development. They've been looking for too long, or they feel they're impatient.
But it's all back to the numbers. And then there's other things that relate. I can remember one person I met once bought a site that had a complete flood overlay and you can't develop it. I've seen that a couple of times. They bought sites that cannot be developed. Bought sites with a sewer main through the middle thinking you can build over it, and you can't always do that. There's just so many things I've seen over the years.
I think that's a good point, Bob, where you just said you can't always, because they maybe ask their friend or a consultant who has had an experience that they could, or somebody could, or their mate or their neighbour or their cousin or their dog or whoever has said, oh, no, you can build over those because they knew somebody else that could. So you think it's a rule of thumb, and it's actually not a rule of thumb.
It could have been in another council. It's got totally different rules. It could have been that previously you could, now councils changed the rules. Things like trees. I've seen trees kill deals where people thought, I'll cut the tree down. And you can't.
What's been the best example of somebody doing what they should to get a viable site that everything went well?
I was talking to somebody about that today. We're talking about problems you can have with a development. I was saying, well, look, councils, that's getting your development permit. It's something you don't have a lot of control over in terms of councils' attitude, because some councils can be anti-development, and you're better off keeping away from them. Some councils are pro-development. I'd rather go there. And so councils can be an issue, as we know. Also, we're talking about builders. Most builders are good, but you don't want a bad one, and that can make your life a misery as well. So I've had examples on projects where councils made my life a misery. When you've got a good builder, life's a joy. When you've got a good council, life's a joy. And I think, you're saying a good one. I think at the moment, the duplex development, it's good. I mean, we had very specific requirements when we went looking for it. We had a location. We even narrowed it down to a street that we wanted to do it, and we found a property. I love corner blocks for duplexes, although it doesn't have to be. It ended up a corner block. We went to auction, but ended up winning. It went really well with council. We got a fast approval. That was good. So one of those issues that can be a bit of a pain, councils, went really well. We used a builder that we had history with and we really like, and we know does a great job. His price is good. The quality of his work's good. He's very good at communicating. And once again, the build went well. The marketing is going well. That's an example of things going really well all the way through.
Would that be, in your 40 years, would that be one of the best you've had?
Certainly up there. Yeah.